So on one of the trips, the band suggested that I might try and stay with them and be a singer if I could get permission from their office. So one of their sergeants decided, a lieutenant was going down to one of the main cities in Germany, and I can't remember the name now, or where the American Army was. And so I was to go down there with them in the Jeep and to see if I could get permission. But on the way down the Autobahn, the driver lost control of the car in one of the turns, and we had an accident, so I ended up with a broken arm. So that ended my that ended my stay over there, unfortunately. But I stayed with the group till we came home. They didn't send me back ahead of time because we were going to be leaving soon. And that didn't affect my voice. I could still sing. So that was too bad. But anyway, it was a wonderful time over there. I just found my mother's letters that she'd kept, and I was just reading through them. I didn't know she had kept them, and I found them somewhere. So I put them in my folder now for my girls to see later. Anyway, I came back to Canada and knew that I wanted to sing. So with that, I went down to CKEY at the time. I think I was very brave at that time. I was very bold about going ahead and doing things. Anyway, I went down to CKEY, and Lorne Green was there. I made an appointment with him. He wasn't a big star at that time, to go down and sing for him. And he said, "Oh yeah, sure, come on down." So I went down. I thought I was going to have a pianist there that was going to have music for me and everything. But anyway, I had to sing a cappella. But he liked me so much, he took me over to the CBC right away. He said, "Yeah, you sound good." And so he took me personally over to the CBC and introduced me to one of the CBC producers over there. And he arranged for me to have it isn't exactly an audition. It's I was in another room. I forget the term for it. I can't remember right now. But I was in one room singing, and the adjudicators were there, and so they were in another room listening to me. And anyway, it was Mark Kenny, which you won't remember. He was the top band player at that time, and Stan Patton was one of his orchestra leaders that he managed. So anyway, they put me at the Brand Inn in Burlington, the famous Brand Inn, and you probably have never heard of that either. At the time, it was the place to be. It was the place to go. All the top people came there. All the big names came there. And so I was with Stan Patton for a while out there. And then that was a long way to go. And then after that, he brought in a Mexican singer, so my job was finished at that time. So then I came to Toronto, and I did all sorts of individual singing jobs with different groups. I was sort of the singer for hire, because every band would introduce me as their singer, but I was singing with all different orchestras all over, which was great fun. Anyway, and then it got to be the time that I thought, and then I finally got a job with a hotel, which was kind of sleazy, really, and that came to my time in my life when I didn't want to be in that anymore. So I left that, and I decided I would work for the Promenade Music Center in Toronto, and I got a job down there. And then one of the gals there offered the position at Sinclair and Young to run that store, and she asked me if I'd like to come with her. So with that, I went up there, and then she left, and I managed the store for a short time. And one of our customers that came in there kept saying to me, "Oh, you've got to come to my house." Television was out at that time, and Gorgeous George, and at that time I didn't have a television, and I didn't have a chance to really see one, so that was very exciting. So he said, "Well, you've got to my house," and I said, "Well, that'd be lovely. You ask your wife." He was a bit of a flirt. So anyway, he said, "Well, you have to come to my house," because he said, I've got to meet my brother-in-law. So I met his brother-in-law and married him, and that was Charles Ledley, my first husband. So I didn't have him very long. I only had him 4 years, and he died. So then my life went on, and I remarried again, and I had my girls. And and then I was single for very many years, and then suddenly, late in life, I met a charming man, Canon John Fralick, and we were married, and we had 5 years. So.